I would just want to talk about that crazy night at the whatever bar that was or whatever.
Hysterical.
Snowboard fucking ragers.
Snowboard ragers. Like
those
Out
kids.
Cold, that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at Mammoth Film Festival, and we were. Why were we there? It was just a place to go that night.
Mammoth
There's a
or
bar.
that bar?
The bar, yeah.
No, everything had
Smoke
closed.
cigars.
Well, they also
yeah.
they had an insane snowstorm, right? I
Mhm.
mean, there were like 20-foot drifts, like pressed everywhere. Everywhere we went
Yeah.
it was like a maze from The Shining or something. And I think the only place that was open was that it's like some kind of tiki bar with
Yeah, yeah.
snowboarders,
It was
right?
freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then
let's go jump the line.
you and me paid the guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
To go in. We got all of us in, so we didn't have to wait online. Which
Yeah.
probably pissed off a couple fucking locals.
Who
Whatever.
was it?
Maybe that's what
Me,
started it, right?
You, Peter Fasinelli, Ross,
Yep.
Rob.
I feel like there's a couple
Luke.
more.
Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
probably like
then the
5
whole
or 6 of
they had
us.
that outdoor area, so we were all
Right. So
chilling
when we went
outdoor,
in, we
yeah.
went to the outdoor area,
Adam
and that
Kid
was
from the gym was there.
right. But all the right. So at the outdoor area was mostly the film festival people, right?
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
all hanging out, smoking, bullshitting. It was cool. It was chill. Inside, like if we're setting, a scene for your audience, I mean, I'd say it was 80% male to female, 20% female, right?
Yeah.
It was very dive barish, and it was fucking packed.
And everybody was
And
happy.
it was the kind of packed when we walked in there, I was like, oh, this fucking place could be a problem.
I think
Yeah.
I literally remember you saying that.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
look around, you go like, listen, if you're in a place like that and you're like 23-year-old like punk ass who's getting fucking tuned up and you're not getting laid at the end of that night, where I come from, at least you're getting in a good fight, right? Like that's just the vibe of it. And we were walking through there, and I was just like, fucking look at these kids. Like some of these kids were fucking annihilated. So we're outside, and then for whatever reason, the bar people decide they're gonna close it. So they're like, all right, let's move us inside. So we go inside, we're hanging out, and Brock stands out because he's like a giant. There was one other guy that's like Brock size, but not as wide. And he like, he just stops, looks at Brock. He's like, oh, yeah. Looks at Luke. He's like, oh, you guys work out, huh? Like, I work out too, I'm like, oh, all right, bro.
That
and
guy.
Then there's this other fucking snowboard type kid in his 20s that thinks he's like, the cool guy at the bar. He's probably, the guy like, oh, there's Jimmy. Jimmy's here, everybody. He's like that guy, and he like comes past Brock and he's like, yo, what's up, man? And you just see Brock just kind of looks at him like doesn't raise his hand. The kid just moves along, But we're just like, we're kind of in the middle of the place. At this point, I personally didn't need to be there anymore. I was like kind of over this shit. Lorenzo's like in a fucking, Lorenzo looks like he's like, coming out of the Ravenite Social Club in New York back in the Gotti era. He's got like a cashmere turtleneck, an overcoat, a fucking wool scarf. His hair is like fluffed up. He's just kind of looking around, you know what I mean? Like super fancy. Our boy Luke, I'm sure, was like drinking somewhere and chatting to randoms about
6 cigarettes
about
in
the
his
wonderful,
mouth.
the wonderful nature of Mammoth Snow versus Big Bear or whatever idle conversation he's making with whoever. So I see, and I don't know. I think I'm with Brock at this point, and Ross McCall, right? Ross McCall is an actor. He's in Band of Brothers. Really cool guy. Was he British or Scottish?
English.
Yeah, he's like some, but super dope guy. I guess there were a couple girls who were at the festival. So Ross had been talking to these girls at one of the hotels we were at earlier in the night. So he obviously had some kind of friendship with them. And this kid who's like the Jimmy Cool kid of the dive bar is like grabbing it like one of the girls. And she's like, dude, back off. And Ross sees this. And immediately he's like, hey, bro, like, chill out. And the kid's like getting a little bit whatever. And I think at this point you walk up, right?
Yeah, I was right there. Yeah.
So Brock's there, and Brock's like, hey, bro, like, get out of here. And gives the kid a shove, and the kid flies like 5 feet. So the kid comes back again. I don't know how Brock moved back, But the kid comes back again, and like Brock's like, "Hey, bro, like get out of here." Pushes the kid again, and the kid goes back. And at some point in this kid's decision, and this kid's not a small kid. The kid's like 6'1". He's obviously athletic.
And this is the kid that was being a little inappropriate with
the girl.
with
He was
girl.
grabbing the girl. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a drunk kid in a dive bar
And
grabbing at this
She
chick.
was not into it. To be
Well,
clear. Like,
obviously,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's,
yeah.
he's
Nice
literally
girl,
grabbing her like, come on. She's like, dude, like, get the fuck off me. And Ross
Yeah.
is trying to calm him down. And,
Yeah.
you know, he
I just made sure I got in between so that there was no way for him to get to the girls. And then
Good.
I had him go
he
back.
just pushed him out. And Lorenzo
Yeah.
was like having conversations. And all of a sudden, this kid comes charging at Brock.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like Braveheart, like, or like Last of the Mohicans,
Yeah.
where Daniel Day-Lewis has like the fucking thing and he's going to come down on it.
Yeah.
Lorenzo in slow motion sees this kid charging at Brock and is like, hold on. And he goes running in like in some hammer fist over the top, boom, onto this kid's face. And this kid goes down. And I'm like, holy fuck. And now the whole bar, like the centrifugal force of it all, just spreads out like somebody had dropped a bomb. And like everybody goes out this way. And I'm like, holy shit, Lorenzo, what the fuck? So I go to grab Lorenzo's arm and pull him back. And I'm not noticing who's next to me. I think we're just pulling Lorenzo out of this fray. And it's the guy who's Brock size who'd been like, hey, I work out too. He's got Lorenzo under his neck. So I'm like, Lorenzo, chill out. I'm pulling him. He looks at me like, okay, there's Rob. And then he looks up, he sees this guy, and he does like a double take. Like, why is this guy got his hand around my neck? And Lorenzo punches him with an uppercut in the face.
I knocked
The
him.
guy-
He knocked back. And then I
This
fucking hit him.
6'5" guy goes flying back against the bar. And I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking insanity in there.
And I hit him one more time, and then I'm about to hit him again. He's like, no.
Well, the best is, so now we're like, first off, like, I'm like, all right, this whole bar is going to turn into fucking mayhem
Yeah.
in about
Right,
2
right.
seconds. Because these cats are like local guys.
Yeah.
What was crazy is the first guy, like, takes off his shirt and he's like, come on. And I'd never seen this before. And I don't know if it's a result of like the kindness campaigns in the world, but the entire dance floor was looking at that kid like, get the fuck out. Like, and I never saw security. By the way, no security,
security,
comes, nobody.
no, yeah.
But everybody's like, get the fuck out. Leave. You're ruining the night. And like Journey's playing, Don't Stop Believing.
And
people
fucking
are
Peter
dancing.
Fasinelli's screaming at me. He's like, Lorenzo, you are a fucking wild animal right now. This isn't Queens. Stop. Look at me. Look at me right now. You gotta calm down. You're a wild animal. And I'm like, I'll kill every fucking body. I was fucking
Yo, it was hysterical. So that
intense.
kid leaves. Then the 6'7" guy's got like a nice mouse under his eye. He's like walking up and like me and Brock are like back there and Lorenzo's facing us. And Lorenzo's like, he's behind me. I'm like, he's lurking. He's trying to figure out if he wants to come over and apologize. Because I don't think that guy was really looking to choke him. I think that guy thought like, let me separate this because
Yeah.
these are my friends.
Yeah.
These are
He
all
thought
my
you-
friends.
They're all my
I
friends.
met these guys.
Yeah.
They trust me. We all know each other.
We all work out.
Yeah, we all work out.
Yeah.
And so he started to lurk, and then we're all just kind of looking at him, and then he kind of drifted toward the dance floor, and he stopped, and he took one more look at all of us, and then he exited all.
I knocked his soul out of him.
Yeah, they were big.
Biggie broke
Bro, they
out.
were big shots. They were hysterical.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
yeah.
And the funny thing is that I look at Brock, and like, he's like, yeah, I love Lorenzo, and I don't have the heart to tell him, but I had it under
I
control.
wasn't worried about it.
I wasn't that worried. He's like, I had it all under control.
Yeah, but I liked it. I
No,
liked
the
I
best
liked
part about that whole
This
thing
is
though is like I'm
hysterical.
watching this guy run at me. Like I knew because I pushed him back just a
Yeah.
little bit the first time. I was being nice, right? I didn't like really shove him too hard. Then he comes at me again, and I'm like, and he's coming towards the chick. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. So I pushed him. He goes back like 10 feet, you know? And that's when he made the decision to charge at me. And I'm telling you, I'm like sitting here like kind of smiling, like, what is this guy gonna do really? And I was not worried at all. and I didn't even see Lorenzo come at, and he just came out of nowhere from behind me and just decks this dude.
Yeah.
He folds like a freaking,
Yeah.
I can't even explain.
Like just went down, bro.
Like jello.
Like collapsed. Like,
Yeah, I'm like
from-
Frazier.
he didn't fall forward. He didn't fall backwards.
Yeah,
he fell
fell like-
straight down.
Yeah, and just like
Bro,
the
it
way
was
his body
sick.
moved, I can't
Yeah.
explain it, dude.
Like he just got dropped.
Oh my
Just
god.
dropped
I wish
straight
it was
down.
on video so they can make those new things that they're doing with all the UFC guys that get kicked. They get knocked out and then they're put into a car and they drive off, or they get put into like a horse and they feed it.
Like a GIF or like a
No, there's reels that like they show when the guy gets knocked out and he's about to fall.
Oh,
he
yeah,
gets put
and
into
then-
a car and he's like,
yeah.
and he starts to drive knocked out. I was like, yeah, you got to see it to understand what I'm saying. It's hilarious.
No, I've seen those
Yeah.
for sure. They're great.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Mammoth was fun though, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
We had a good time. We had
Yeah.
some laughs up there.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video.
And subscribe and hit the bell for a whole lot more to come.